in the game, one of the best big men in the game. And even though I'm predicating his season and why I'm out on Philly is because I have yet to see him do it in the postseason at a high level like that. You know, the regular season does matter, and matchups like this matter. It's been a one-sided matchup, but I'm excited about this matchup in particular, even though I really shouldn't be, because again, they own Philly. And Joel Embiid said it. Joel Embiid said it himself. They kick our ass every time we play them. So
this is not a rivalry. Right?
It's not. They own us, right?
What can we expect to see from the Joel matchup with KP?
What I can expect to see from it is I can expect to see Joel Embiid go off because he gets up for games like this, right? He gets up for the jokers of the – he gets up for Joker. He gets up for guys like Anthony Davis and KAT because this is a statement game. This is a game to prove that I am one of the best players in the game. I am at the top. I am of the upper echelon, not just players, but big men in the league. I am that. So I expect to see a lot of matching of wits, Big Ox. I expect to see him playing a lot in the mid-range because basically what he's going to try to do is match what KP does instead of playing his game, which is closer to the basket and more dominant. KP knocks down the long ball, right? KP knocks down the mid-range. KP is great in transition. So that's dope with him. Joel Embiid, on the other hand, instead of him playing his game, that's where he gets himself in trouble. He's going to try to match what these dudes do. He's going to try to match what KP does. So if KP is shooting the long ball, I'm going to start shooting the long ball too, instead of using your size and his girth to an advantage.
Right. That's fair. What else do we got? We got any other good matchups tonight?
Yeah, Brooklyn and the Clippers. I'm gonna stick my head in and check that out. Wemby makes his debut in Madison Square Garden tonight. The Lakers got to get off the schneid, Big Ox. They haven't won a road game this season. They're terrible on the road. They have not won a road game this season. They look awful on the road. So they got to do that. And I'm definitely sticking my head in checking out Cleveland and Oklahoma City. I'm going to see that definitely. I'm going to check that game out.
The Clippers Nets matchup. I want to see how that turns out. I want to see if that Clippers can if this new look Clippers can get the first win out the way.
The reason why that's a big deal, Ox, is because Brooklyn is one of the better defensive teams in the game, right? And the problem that Brooklyn has is they got a problem closing games. That's one of their biggest obstacles is that they got a difficult time closing games. But this is a huge matchup for them defensively, having to deal with Russ, and Paul George, and Leonard, and James Harden on the wing. So Ben Simmons, Mikal Bridges, right? These two dudes, they're gonna have their hands full. These two dudes are gonna have their hands full with those guys on the wing. So this is a big matchup for them. 100% it is.
I mean, the Nets, they got a guy over there that we're definitely gonna talk about tonight or today or tonight, wherever you are. You know, they got the firepower on top of the defense to close this one out. I know you said that their problem has been closing. Do you think do you see the Nets turning into a team that can close? You know, with a guy like Cam. They could do that if they keep teams scoring down. So, for example, the other night against Milwaukee, if you got a team like Milwaukee where they're scoring 128 points, 130 points, that's too many. But if you can get Milwaukee in the 100 to 110 range, that's realistic. Like I think that's something that you can overcome right there. But when you're in the 125 to 130, I don't think offensively you got the firepower because now what you're doing is you're relying on an unproven Cam Thomas more now than you would. That's not to say that Cam Thomas isn't fantastic as a scorer because I think that at some point we're going to be talking about him as one of the best scorers in the game. He just hasn't proven that he could do it on a consistent basis yet. He's doing it in the first 7 games, and he did it for a stretch last year. But I still think that we're young in the season, and we haven't really seen him. We haven't really seen him do it throughout the course of a season. That doesn't mean that he's not going to do it. But if they could keep games in the 110s, like around that, I think they got a better shot than
125, 130, because you ain't stopping nobody when you're doing that.
Right. Let me see. We have one of our Brooklyn Nets experts right here. Actually, want to get his take on tonight's game. Right here, we have my man, big fan Breezy.
Breezy in the house.
Breezy.
What up? What up?
Yo,
what up, Breezy? What up,
appreciate
Brooklyn?
that introduction, man. That was a fire introduction.
Hey, Breezy, let me ask you before you go off. I'm not sure exactly where you're going with this tonight. Are you ready to start telling people I told you so about Cam Thomas?
Absolutely. I've been watching him since the summer league in his rookie season, and he's been waiting for his opportunity. And the reason why I add to the I told you so conversation is because I had spoke to Gilbert Arenas on FYI Sports, out to him, but he was basically saying while Cam Thomas wasn't getting the minutes, his work ethic never failed. Like he kept a good work ethic, up early, leaving late, and even in post game interviews, you listen to Cam Thomas, he always sound big, confident. So yeah, I'm definitely saying I told you so around to a lot of these fans out here, Big Ox, for sure.
Right.
But I'm here to stir the pot. Chill. Ox. Best scorer in the city. Cam Thomas, Jalen Brunson. Who y'all got?
I gotta go with Jalen Brunson right now because he's got a track record of it. And I just got to see him do it. I got to see Cam do it a little bit longer. That's all. I ain't saying that he can't do it. I just got to see him do it a little bit longer. This 7-game stretch with the couple of games that I saw last year, plus this 7-game stretch, there's not enough sample size right now for me with Cam Thomas. This could just be a run. I don't think that's what it is, but it could very well be that, as opposed to Jalen Brunson, who last year, he was 24 games, something like that. And actually spilled over from the playoffs last year, the year before that when he was in Dallas. So I think that with Cam Thomas, his ability to score in bunches, particularly in the mid-range, it just looks really, really good. I just need to see it on a more consistent basis. If I see that, then we're having a different conversation.
All right, so
for me, Breezy, when you look at what Cam was doing in LSU, what he did in the games last year, and then this stretch at the beginning of the season. Now I understand that take what Showtime said. It could be a run, but I'm willing to go ahead and jump off the limb right now and say it is not. You want
to train, Big Ox? You want to train?
I would say this is not a run. This is not a fluke, and I don't think Brunson can score with Cam. I do not think so. We're talking about just purely scoring now. We're
just a bucket getter. That's it.
I got it. That's it. Because I know I've been called. Remember last episode on Saturday, the guy jumped on and said I was a Jalen Brunson hater. And so I'm gonna keep with that trend. I don't think Jalen Brunson can score. Can't. No, I do not.
All right, that's what's up. Tonight's game, the Cam Thomas versus James Harden. Who y'all got winning that matchup? Who you think scored more points, James Harden or Cam Thomas?
Cam Thomas 100% because he more integrated into that offense. James Harden's still trying to figure out exactly what it is he's doing with this Clipper team. Is he the primary ball handler? Is he going to play off the ball? Is he going to be in the starting lineup? Is he going to come off the bench? We already know who Cam Thomas is when he come in the game, or whether he starts or whether he comes in the game off the bench. I'm buckets. I don't have to do nothing else but score buckets. So if we're talking about this from a bucket standpoint, bucket for bucket, Cam Thomas, it's going to be difficult to slow him down.
I'm looking forward to this. Y'all watching the game tonight?
I definitely am watching it. Yeah.
To your point, they a bad road team, but we haven't won a home game yet. So it's versus the team who hasn't won a home game and the team who hasn't won a road game. I think the Brooklyn Nets pull it out. The fans is urgent for this win. We really want this win tonight.
Something got to give. Something got to give. We can't have two bad. We can't have a 0 for road team and a 0 for home team. Something got to give.
Right.
Something got to give.
Word. So where y'all got him above Poole, right?
Do I have Cam Thomas above Poole right now? As of right now, again, man, the way he playing, I would say that he's on a run, and I got to see it a little bit more. But Jordan Poole has definitely been been disappointing to say the least.
I
But
just want to start.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to put Cam Thomas ahead of him yet.
I just want to stir the pot one more time because I couldn't find Moss, and he always mentioning Jalen Green. I got Cam Thomas a better scorer than Jalen Green. How y'all feel about that?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh shit! Not yet.
I'm waiting for Jalen to turn it on.
This is what I'm saying, though, Breezy. Like, I can appreciate Cam being the bucket getter that he is, because he is a bucket getter, 100%. He was that in college. When he came to the Brooklyn Nets, if anybody knows me, they know I was an advocate for Cam. I thought he was wasting away on that bench. Once he actually got an opportunity to play and get significant minutes, you see what he does as a bucket getter. Jalen Green been doing that right from the beginning, even though it hasn't really led to wins. But if we're talking about a dude that could just score the basketball, Jalen Green at 6'6", his package of throwing the ball between his legs, step backs, creating distance, creating space, getting in the lane, being able to jump over the top of guys, finishing at the rim. He actually has a post game. So I think Cam Thomas may be a little bit better in the mid range, but that's as far as I'm going. That's it.
All right. That's what's up, man. At least came in the conversation, man. And he made the thumbnail this time, so that's good.
Yeah. All right, Breezy, appreciate you pulling up. We'll catch up with you.
All right, later, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Do you think Jordan Poole is a dormant volcano? You think he's about to erupt at any minute? Do you think he's about to turn it back on?
At some point, Big Ox, it gotta happen, right? I mean, it ain't, but it's not like he's garbage over in Washington. He's 23 a game, right? It's not like he's 7 or 8, 9 points a game. No, he's getting buckets. That's not the question. He's definitely getting buckets. It's just that I thought it was going to be a little more than what it is right now. I thought that 23 or that 20, with the amount of shots that he was getting, I thought that was going to be 27, 28 on average. I really did.
Yeah, I thought he was going to average somewhere around 30.
That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be 27, 28 on average. Just off the strength that he was just going to get a bunch of shots.
Yeah, I do think his average is going to go up as the season goes on. Right. I definitely do think so. Everything averages out. We'll see about it.
Right.
Let me see. We got Tim Hobbs in the back. What's up, Tim?
What up?
What's good? What up?
What up?
What's going on? Chill, Big Ox. How y'all living, man?
What up?
Chilling, man.
Y'all know where I'm here to talk about, man. Talk about my T-Wolves, man.
Gotcha.
Chill, I got a question for you though, man. I'm watching this game, right? And I thought it was just so disrespectful, man. They put Drew Holiday on KAT, and this man could not score in the post for nothing.
Are you shocked by that, Tim?
I'm not shocked because he's kind of soft sometimes, but I'm just like, damn, bro, like you can't, like, there's no way the Celtics will put Drew Holiday on Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid.
They did. They actually did last year. They put Marcus Smart on him, so they did. They did the same thing last year. Yes, they did.
Well, you know what? He was hurt though, too, though.
Who was hurt?
Joel Embiid.
They still did it, whether he was hurt or not. They still did it.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
They still did it.
But I don't know though, man. I feel like with KAT though, man. I mean, he's struggling with his shot. I think he's shooting like 28% from the 3-point line this year. But I would say though, and what I didn't see though, is that his defense. He's been amazing on defense. You know, Rudy Gobert is the number 1 rated defender in the league, but guess who's number 2?
That's why that's why I have a difficult time with the defensive rating logic. I have a real difficult time with that.
Why?
Just so you know, Larry Bird got a lower defensive rating than Scottie Pippen. You think would you say that Larry Bird's a better defender than Scottie Pippen?
Hell no.
Right. So I mean, when you talk about it, but you have to add defensive rating into it. I look more at in terms of your team and how many points a game you giving up. As of today, Minnesota is numero uno. They give up the least amount of points in the game. Nobody has given up more points. Nobody's given up less points in the game than Minnesota. So I think they got arguably, and we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this later when we talk about the top 10 defenders. I think at the end of the season, the conversation is gonna get louder about Jaden McDaniels possibly being the best perimeter defender in the game. And I'm a Herb Jones stan. If anybody knows me, knows I love Herb Jones. I'm a huge Herb Jones fan, and I think that Herb Jones is going to be a starter on the championship team. And at some point, he's going to be in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. But what Jaden McDaniels does defensively, he's incredible. We're gonna definitely talk about him later.
Yeah, no doubt, though, man. I just hope, though, man, that this season, though, man, we keep it up. We got the Pelicans tonight. Unfortunately, Zion not playing due, I think, because his daughter's being born.
Oh,
but you know what I'm saying? These are the type of games that these are the type of games last year that we will lose. So, you know what I'm saying? I just hope that, you know, we can find a way to stack those wins.
I'm not out on Minnesota. Anybody who's talked to me will tell you that I'm not out on them. It's a bunch of people that's out on Minnesota. I still think they could be a top 5 seed out west and win a playoff series, considering the talent that they got, and most importantly, what they're doing right now, defending the way that they are. Rudy looking like the defensive player of the year that he was of old, man in the paint like he is, rebounding like I think he's 3rd or 4th in the league in rebounding. I think he's in the top 10. I think he's 7th or 8th in the league in blocks right now. So he's looking like the defensive player of the year that he used to be, and anchoring this defense. This is what they got him for. This is why they brought him in, for this specific reason right here, and this is why this team is where it is. I'm not out on Minnesota. I'm still in on Minnesota.
Me neither. I'm just optimistic about KAT. That he's like, if I had to pick on like just one thing that with this team, what's going to hinder them going forward further, especially the playoffs, it's going to be KAT, man. It's like, I don't know what I'm going to get from KAT on a night-to-night basis, though, man. That's what scares me the most about this team, because we got all the tools to be a great team in the West to compete in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about him, though, because I know what I'm going to get from Ant. I know what I'm going to get from Jaden McDaniels. I know what I'm going to get from Rudy. I know what I'm going to get from Naz Reid. I don't know what I'm going to get from KAT on a night-to-night basis.
I can tell you what you're going to get from him in the playoffs. So in the playoffs, in KAT career in the playoffs, in the second half, Big Ox, I believe for his career, he averages 5 points and 3 rebounds.
Yeah.
For his career in the second half of the playoff, in the second half of playoff games for his career. That's not good, big fella. Yeah. That's not good.
So they, I mean, it's gonna be a lot.
Not good at all.
Not Big Ox.
So we're gonna see how this season plays out, though, man. But like I said, though, man, if he flares out again in the playoffs this year, yeah, he gotta go.
Damn.
What will you guys be able to get in return for KAT if he has another flare out?
Which is crazy, because they just inked them to an extension. They literally just inked them to an extension. I think last year you just inked them to an extension. Last year you just inked them to a 4-year extension. So it's obvious he in your plans for the future. It's obvious. He ain't going nowhere.
He is. I me personally, too. I think if he has one of those series like how he had against Denver, I think they're gonna get him up out of here, man. They're going to get him up out of here. To me, personally. That's just me.
Now, it's a difference between they're going to get him up out of here and you want him up out of there.
No, I don't know. Of course, I want him to stay, man. I want him to succeed, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you know, just like what you said, like, about Chris Webber, like when it's money time.
When it's money time.
Showing up.
Money time.
We get paid all this money. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we just signed Ant to a max extension. We just signed Jaden McDaniels to a max extension. We just signed Naz Reid to I think he got like a 3-year, $45 million deal. We just re-signed KAT to a huge extension. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be deep into the luxury tax. And if he's not showing up, man, A-Rod and them ain't gonna, I don't think they're gonna want to pay that money, man. If dude not showing up in the playoffs, man.
I'm on record that he give me Chris Webber vibes. The talent is immense. It is no question who he is. It's no question how good he is. Clean glass, score with the best of them. But when the bets get higher and the lights get brighter, he cheese.
Yeah, he do,
man.
He
cheeses up.
And it's sad, man. He got too much damn talent, man, to be that damn soft, man. It's embarrassing. There's no way in the world, man. They should have had Drew Holiday on him. Like, there was no way in the world, man. He was supposed to be punishing him.
I mean, Drew Holiday is an elite defender. Don't get me wrong. He is smaller, and he
man,
does.
He's supposed to punish him.
He is. I'm not gonna fight that. You will not
He
get
couldn't
an
even score on
argument.
this man in the post.
You will not get an argument.
That's a clear sign of disrespect. Putting
Man,
guys that
listen,
score
I
on
said,
them.
man, ain't no way in the world when I'm watching the lineups who they got. I'm like, okay. I'm like, bro, they really got this man on him in the post, and he cannot score. Like, he couldn't do nothing. He's flopping, he's flailing. Like, Cat, man, I'm just like, bro, this man is soft. He's screaming, he's yelling, he's picking up ticky-tack fouls. I'm just like, oh, my God, bro. To me, personally, the only reason why we won that game is because he fouled out. If he was still in the game, we would have lost that game against the Celtics.
That's fair.
That is fair.
That's fair.
Well, appreciate you for pulling up, Tim. We got to keep it moving. Good to hear from you, brother. Good to hear from you. Good luck with this season. We pulling for the T-Wolves.
I'm pulling for the Kings too, man. I hope De'Aaron Fox gets healthy though, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear to see that we need him.
Yeah, y'all need him bad though, man. But all right, man, I'm gonna get up with y'all, man.
All right, yo.
Yeah, all right, Tim.
Yeah.
It's obvious that we ain't that good without him. It's obvious that we not that good without him.
Clearly. Oh, that's an understatement, Tim.
We not that good without him.
I thought because that after he got hurt, remember I was on the panel like, oh, we'll be all right. We got Malik, we got Davion, we'll be okay. We did go toe to toe with the Warriors without him. We had that game.
Yeah, y'all did.
We couldn't do nothing about Clay. That was a beautiful shot, Klay Thompson. Another heartbreaker by Clay. But after that, we look like a YMCA team without De'Aaron. Like, oh man, let's not too far now. We don't need to talk about that right now. Let's check.
I know he's still on the snide, right? I know he's still beat up. So, what's the prognosis with him? Are we looking at a couple of weeks? Are we looking at a month? What are we looking at with De'Aaron? I
haven't seen the timeline yet.
Right.
I will check though today.
Because one minute I heard it was 2 weeks, and then the next minute I heard that it could be longer, or he'll get evaluated in 2 weeks. So I don't know how serious it is. That's what I heard too. I thought they were going to reevaluate in 2 weeks and see what happens. So hopefully that 2 weeks will go by fast so we can get that kid. We got to get that kid back on the floor if we want to stay competitive. Right. Because we will get left behind. Right.
For super chats, we have one from Chef 30. K Perk's top 5 offensive list. Dead face emoji. KD 1 and Tatum 5. Even though he can't deal with double teams and can't pass and gets his scoring guarded 1v1 because of another super team. Okay, I see what you're saying here, Chef 30. Okay. So he doesn't agree with KD at number 1, saying that it's pretty easy with the super team. He can't pass, can't deal with double teams, and he gets scored at 1v1. What do you think about that, Chitan?
Well, I did see that, and I do not think KD is the best offensive player in the game. I do think that he's one of the best scorers in the game, one of the 3, 4, 5 best scorers in the game, but he is not the best offensive player in the game. When you're the best offensive player in the game, you do a whole bunch of different things. You don't just put the ball in the bucket. If you just put the ball in the bucket, you're one of the best scorers in the game. And KD does not do more offensively than Luka. He does not do more offensively than Joker. He does not do more offensively than James. He does not do more offensively than any of those dudes. So he does get buckets, and there's no question about that. There's no question about that. He does get buckets. But when you're talking about an overall offensive player, no, I don't think he's the best offensive player in the game.
Okay, let me see. From that's what we just did. From Tay Peso Gaming. Sup, fellas? Folks said I was crazy when I told them Maxey was better than James and the Sixers should have left Harden alone. Finally getting his flowers.
Me and Ox had this conversation a while ago. And first of all, Ox was the one who said in the summer to let Maxey be the dude to score all the buckets.
He said that in the playoffs,
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, I remember you saying in the summer that he should be the guy who we should maybe run the offense through. I'm on record saying I was comfortable letting James Harden walk out the front door. I was comfortable with that and giving the ball to Maxey because I felt like with the coaching staff they had, with the player that he was, I just felt more comfortable in giving him the basketball and letting him rock with the athlete that he is, the playmaker that he was, with having Doc Rivers and Sam Cassell on the sideline. It was just no way he couldn't get better. No way he couldn't get better. And now, even though Doc Rivers is gone and you got Nick Nurse there, I see what he's doing, how much better he is in transition, how he speeds them up, how guys are benefiting from him being on the floor. Tobias Harris in particular, him and DeAnthony Melton, these two dudes are really benefiting from Maxey being on the floor. 100% they are. So I don't have a problem at all with Maxey having the basketball.
Not at all. Not at all. Another one from Alex Pickering. Mm-hmm. Has KD underachieved for his career with the talent he has? Has KD
underachieved? Well, when you're talking about a dude who was a scoring machine, no. When you're talking about a dude who was a bucket getter, no. I don't have winning that high on my list of criteria when you're talking about all-time greats, because you need a lot of stuff to go your way in order to win. And with KD going to Golden State, that's a huge blemish on what he was. However, when he was in Oklahoma City, them 9 years that he was in Oklahoma City, they were still young. They were still young. They were still rolling. I think they was in the Western Conference Championship 3 times in 5 years. Went to the NBA Finals. They just ran into a Miami Heat team that they were overmatched with. That's number one. Number two, they were still young when they end up losing to the Golden State Warriors, who were seasoned at that point. They had them down, and they definitely should have beat them. If he doesn't get hurt in 2019, they probably win the championship 3 straight years. If I'm thinking about it, and then when he gets to Brooklyn, injuries started to riddle him. That's the problem. That's been the biggest problem with him more than anything. Them 4 years in Brooklyn were a disaster, primarily because of injury. It wasn't because he didn't still have the goods, because he clearly still had the goods. It was just that he started breaking down. That's what, right. and that's what threw a monkey wrench. That's what threw a monkey wrench in anything.
What? Because speaking of Kevin Durant, they say Bradley Beal getting his back situation situated, if you will. I do think Book is out tonight. I do think Book is out.
I think I'm not sure he's out, Big Ox, but I think he's questionable. And I think he's doubtful, and Bradley Beal is questionable. I think that's what's going on. Yes.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
So we're getting. I mean, with him being questionable, it seems like we're moving closer to getting these 3 guys on the court together again. With health, what can we expect to see from the Phoenix Suns now?
Buckets. That's what we can. If these guys could get healthy, if they can stay healthy, I mean, we will see buckets. 100%. We will see that. We will see guys who just score on any and everybody, because it's hard to stop KD once he gets going. And then to have another dude like Book, who once he gets going, he's even a bigger problem. And then you want to add Bradley Beal to that, even though I haven't seen Bradley Beal in a while. Right? Even though I haven't seen Bradley Beal in a while, he still is a bucket getter. So with that being said, right? With that being said, I mean, we talking about if these dudes can stay healthy. If these dudes can stay healthy, I think we're talking about something completely different, Big Ox.
Right. Now, speaking of that, we do have today, we're going to have a couple lists today. First list, I think we should start with, I have here, that's a stage, Chill's top 10 scores today.
Let me get my list out, Big Ox. Hold on. Let me get my list out. All right, I got it. I got my list right here. Let
me see. Speaking of buckets,
so we'll start with number 10. I think that Devin Booker is at number 10 in terms of a bucket getter. It's not too many guys. One of the best mid-range scorers in the game. Not one of the best mid-range scorers in the game. One of the best one-on-one players in the game. I'm so digging him. At number 9, I got Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard is. Didn't he? I think Damian Lillard had a 70-point game last year, and he actually, once he got healthy, I mean, I saw what it was with him. I felt like he was going to play himself back into the top 10. last season anyway, and he did before he got hurt again. I don't think he got hurt. I think they just shut him down. At number 8, I think it's James. I mean, as much as I say that James is old, I say that, you know, he's still not a top 2 player in the world. I mean, we still talking about a dude that's 29, 30 a game and still doing it in a multitude of ways. So definitely James at number 8. At number 7, Donovan Mitchell. As of today, I think he's second in the league in scoring. Last year, he had a career year. He averaged 28 a game last year. That just went up this year. So Donovan Mitchell, he looked like his 3 ball has gotten better, especially off the dribble, right? Yeah. Especially off the dribble. His looked like his 3 ball has gotten even better. So, man, I definitely got to get with him. Definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
At 6?
At 6, I have Joker. I got Joker at 6. Joker scores in a multitude of ways. He gets on the box, gives you whatever you're looking for, can score it in transition, can shoot the long ball, and Joker is fantastic.
Okay, we'll hold right there. We got that first 5 out the way.
Yeah.
Y'all see it here. Chill's top 10 scorers in the league today. At 10, we got D-Book. 9, Dame Dollar. 8, Bron. 7, Spider Mitchell. And at 6, Joker. So that's a good way to kick off this top 10. Let's see where it takes us in a little bit. Right now, we will move back into the lobby, call up some more guests. Let's see who we got here. Looks like Chill.
What up,
Chill?
What up?
The analytic community is not gonna like that Jokic at 6. Just gonna let you know that.
Where would the analytic community have him?
Oh, you know they got him top 2.
As a scorer? No.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
But don't get me wrong, he's definitely a bucket getter. Definitely a bucket getter.
I agree. He's definitely. I wouldn't have had him at 6. I would have had him in the top 5. I know the top 5 who's left. I mean, it's obvious, but shout out to LeBron, man.
Yeah.
Shout out LeBron.
Still doing it, yo.
Carrying that game against Miami.
Still doing it, yo. Still doing it at a high level.
I couldn't believe he pulled them back into that game.
Still doing it.
Can I hold you right there, Minor? Can I hold you right there?
Yeah.
I kind of want to get your thoughts on that game, specifically the last play. You know how I feel, Chilton. When you're down 1, we apply pressure to the rim. He did create some pressure. Drew the defense, kicked it to Cam Reddish for a wide open 3 ball. 3 ball was wide open. But once again, Chill, when you see that, now you got people in the Instagram comments, you got people on the internet saying that's why he'll never be the GOAT. That's the clear difference between him and MJ and Kobe, because they would have took that shot. And I mean, you saw Jimmy was all over him, Bam was coming weak side. What did you see in that play? What should he have done? And what does that mean from his mindset and the way he's still looking at the game at this point in his career?
Well, you just mentioned it, Big Ox, the word you just used in that play. If you saw on the bench, the play was designed exactly the way it was. Yep. Cam was supposed to run around and be at the long ball line, which is exactly what happened. James pops to the top, goes downhill, Cam runs around, and he was wide open. But it's a lose-lose situation. And the reason why it's a lose-lose situation, because if he kicks it to Cam and Cam knocks it down and it's the right basketball play, he doesn't want to take the last shot. But if he goes downhill and he shoots it and misses, like he did against Denver last year in the Western Conference, he can't finish. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation with him when you're talking about stuff like that. So it's almost redundant to even talk about it with him because he's got plenty of buzzer beaters, right? He's got plenty of clutch plays. He's got plenty of clutch shots where he will finish off games. He's done that. And the fact that we even still talking about him like this in year 21, being closing out games, I know for a fact I was around in 1989 when Jabbar was in year 20, and we was not talking about Jabbar closing games with Magic. We were not doing that. We were not talking about going to Jabbar in the meat and potatoes of the game. It was Magic. It was James Worthy. That's what we were doing. In this particular situation, we talking about a dude who, if he doesn't do it, they're not winning. I mean, I think that speaks to how good he is.
How do you feel about that, Minor?
No, I think that's completely in line, especially with the whole he didn't take the last shot. He's not the GOAT. If you don't think he's the GOAT by year 21, nothing is going to change your opinion about that.
Yeah.
But I think he made the best choice he had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Cam necessarily was put in that position to make that shot. I think the Lakers had better shooters that he could have passed it to, or they could have orchestrated it for a better shot.
He could have dropped it off. He could have dropped it off the Woods right in front of the basket, who was right in front of him. It looked like he could have dropped it to him. That was right there.
Yeah, I saw. Man, that's a tough pass.
It is.
That's a tough pass. But I mean, given the situation, LeBron did everything he was supposed to do in that game completely. Like they were out of that game, and he said, "Nah, I'm gonna put on a show," and he absolutely brought them. He put that whole team on his broad shoulders and carried them back into that game. I'm looking forward to, however, the Celtics and 76ers game for a multitude of reasons. I want to see how Joel Embiid is against specifically the best team in the East. I want to see if he's going to rise to the challenge of beating the Celtics. I want to see how the Celtics can handle a dominant big, and if Porzingis is going to be able to take that challenge.
Yeah.
That's the game I got circled today. That and the I think the Warriors game, because they're playing the Nuggets, and I want to see how they handle Jokic and what Jokic does against them, because he's always had problems in pick and roll defense, and so I'm curious if because the knock on Jokic used to be he's horrible defensively. He ain't been looking horrible defensively this year. He has been putting forth effort. He's been moving them big old feet, and if they and on the other end, if he sees a mismatch, he is going at it repeatedly.
I just think it's interesting that we talk about Joker being terrible defensively when the effort is there. I mean, it's one thing if he's a cone like what Luka was, right? Yeah. Or like what James Harden is. He actually puts the effort in. He'll get underneath the basket and he'll rebound. He'll dig. He'll try to block shots. He does all of that stuff. The difference is that I'm just not as good as everybody else at defense. I'm trying though. You see the effort. Man. You see the effort, 100%.
You see the effort. You see the effort, especially since the playoffs, and going into this year, the effort's been there. So those are the two games I'm really keying in on, especially tonight. Ox, man, I'm feeling for you, bro. Oh man, I was hurt. For you because the Kings was looking good. De'Aaron Fox was looking. The fact that he came back in that game and finished it out. I thought he was going to be able to miss 2-3 games,
right,
and bounce back. But it must be bad.
They probably holding him out too. By the way, Big Ox, it's not. I don't think this is a situation where, if this was the playoffs, I think he'd go. Yeah, to be honest with you, I think he'd go. I think that maybe this isn't as bad as I think it is, and they probably holding him out as a precaution. It's be 2 weeks into the season. My man, let's chill out, and how about we hold you out for a little while longer until you get a little bit.
There's no reason for him to be playing at 80% or anything like that. I think either way, lose. Even if that means we lose, if that means he misses 5 games, we lose 5 games this early in the season. That's just what we just got to eat that and get the kid healthy. He shouldn't be out there. He shouldn't be out there playing hurt, in my opinion. But
part of me agrees with that.
I do think Coach Brown, I think Monty, I think everybody assumed like, hey, we got 2 against Houston, we got Portland, we should be okay. And obviously we are not okay in the West.
We are not good. We are not very good.
I hear what you guys are saying. I really do. And if they were in the East, I would completely agree with that statement. But in the West, it is straight up and down dog fight.
The East ain't the cakewalk or the
no. I'm not saying the East is a cakewalk, but you could crack the first 3 are pretty much set in stone, and then the next 3 is very fluid, and then you still got the play in. Yeah. So it is a lot different. But in the West, I would say the first 5 are set in stone. And then you got one more team that's not in the play-in, and then you got all the other teams fighting for the play-in. So it's just more difficult. Yeah. It's definitely more difficult in the West than it is in the East. Not saying the East is easy,
right?
But it's straight up and down the dogfight. So these games that the Kings are losing, even though it's early in the season, it might come back to bite them later on when they're fighting for that or jockeying for that positioning to get into the playoffs or to avoid the play-in.
I just don't think they can afford to lose them for a month or a month and a half. I don't think they can afford to lose De'Aaron for that long. I just don't. Same thing same thing like what's going on with Memphis. I mean, if you see what's going on with them, that's all I got to say.
Memphis already impacted in my opinion.
That's all I got to say about
that. Memphis impacted in.
Yeah, but all right, Minor, appreciate you pulling up, my man.
Yes, sir.
Always. Next time.
My man.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
brother. Good to talk to you.
All right.
Yeah, Big Ox. I don't think that I don't think that Sacramento can afford to lose Fox for a month. It would basically be like one of the better teams in the game. Like Philly can't afford to lose Embiid for a month. Like Boston, if Boston lost Jason Tatum for a month, I don't think that would sink them.
Right.
I think they would still be okay. I don't think it would sink them. If Philly lost Embiid for a month, yikes. I think that they're in trouble. If the Golden State Warriors lost Curry for a month, forget it. If Dallas lost Luka for a month, nah.
Right. Yeah, forget about it. Look, if we Showtime, if we lose De'Aaron for a month, man.
I'm not even gonna get you a headache, Big Eye. I'm starting to stress you. I could tell. I'm starting to stress you out. Let me chill out. Okay, Big Eye, my fault.
Yeah, we just did at that point. It's tank. We're going to the lottery.
I'm gonna chill out, Big Eye. I ain't gonna do that. No, I'm not.
Oh man, but yeah. Let me see. Did we get? I thought we had. Oh no, we don't. Okay, let's keep it going.
Looks like Bill is a go tonight.
Is he? Okay, well, that's good news, y'all. Looks
like Bill's going tonight, so that's good news.
That's great news for Phoenix and their fans. It's great news for basketball, man. Let's get ready to check that out. We'll see how that turns out. Yep. In the meantime, let me get my man Leaf Diggy up here.
What up?
Leaf, you look pissed, brother.
You always look pissed.
I'm
actually, you know what? Leaf looked like he just got a haircut. My boy Clean. Yo, what's up, Leaf?
Clean Leaf. What's up with you?
My boy just got shaped up.
You know what?
Boy Clean right now.
That's that Jersey shit.
I see it. Boy Clean, yo.
He already know. See, he already peeping. He was like, yo, he looked like he got a haircut or whatever.
Yeah, like, my boy Clean, yo.
Listen. Look, it's a couple of things. I wanted to get to that Minnesota game in a minute, real quick. But just about the Nets and about tonight. Somebody behind me at the horn, bro. But about the Nets.
Yeah.
Realistically, you hit the nail right on the head, man. Like our problem is closing. Cleveland, Dallas, in the Milwaukee game, we had leads in all of those games. But in the fourth quarter, and blew all of them. So the thing is, like we in the Cleveland game, blew a 6 point lead in under a minute. In the Dallas game, we decided let's go back and forth and go bucket for bucket with Luka Doncic, who gave us 49. Then in the Bucks game, bro, which we definitely had, we decided to not rebound, to get out rebounded by whatchamacallit, which we ain't had no choice because we was playing Dorian Finney-Smith at the 5. The point I'm trying to make is we have found ways in 3 different games to lose every type of way imaginable. Now, the defense that you're talking about, that hasn't been seen yet. You know why? Because we giving up 120-something points and 130-something points, like you were saying earlier.
Well, your rim protector is out. He ain't on the floor. So you need him.
And Bobby, you was talking about De'Aaron Fox being out for a month. Try having your best rim protector out for 8 weeks. Think about it. All right, So tonight, I think we should win tonight's game. I think the Clippers is just trying to find themselves. James Harden's trying to find his way. I think the Clippers is going to do a better job against Cam Thomas, because last year Cam Thomas gave him 40-something, and we ended up losing that game. But I think they're going to do it. However, Chilltown, you was on record about Anthony Edwards saying that he was going to someday be the best two guard in this game.
Not just the best in the next 2 years. I think he's going to be the best two guard, and at the most, not at the least, at the most. In the next 2 seasons, he'll be the best two guard in the game. I think he's going to be the league MVP at some point too.
I'm gonna double down and say I won't be surprised if he's the best two guard at the end of the next 365 days.
At the end of this season, we might have him at the top of this. At the top, so I'm a year short.
Next year.
Okay, so I'm a year short. All right.
I won't be surprised, and not only that, and I damn sure won't be surprised if he's top 10. What I seen him do and take the challenge, and you talked about him affecting games in different ways. If he's not scoring, he doing this. If he's not doing something else, he doing something else. And I seen him take the challenge against that sorry ass high yellow nigga that you believe in Boston, bro, and basically take his lunch. As you say, take his lunch right in front of his face. And
with 5 fouls too, by the way.
With 5 fouls too, by the way, bro. And I seen him take his lunch in the fourth quarter when it matters. I just seen the Boston Celtics lose the Eastern Conference Finals in that game. Because I'm gonna see the same exact thing in the playoffs, and you're gonna see exactly what I've been talking about them damn Boston Celtics. But you ain't gonna listen to me.
I'm not. I'm just not.
But I'm gonna listen to you.
Can you see the word? Can you see his words, Big Ox? Like they're going in one day and they're going out there. Can you see him?
You ain't gonna listen to me.
Can you see him?
Like a cartoon?
Exactly like that. Because I'm not. This is going in one day and out the other. I'm not trying to hit.
But you know what? I'm gonna show you the respect that I got for you, brother. Because when you told me Anthony Edwards, I listened, and then I saw it. And then I saw it last night, and I'm starting to see it all evolve this season. And you talking about them, you talking about our defense. These niggas might be the best defense in the league. They got somebody on that team.
What do you mean, Mike? They are the best defense in the league.
Yes, they are the best defense in the league. Number one. Numero uno. Yeah, yep. And you said that somebody on that team might win Defensive Player of the Year.
Rudy Gobert.
Maybe Jaden McDaniels. You know, so my thing is how high are you really on Minnesota, bro? Because you said you had them at about 5. Like
I had him as a top. I had him as a top 5. I'm not out on them. I'm still in. I'm still all in on them. The problem that we had last season was KAT missed 54 games, so the continuity wasn't there. We wasn't able to see what these guys could be. Now with him on the floor, don't forget Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid both missed the playoffs last year. So both of those dudes are now in the fold. So you got everybody in the fold. You see how good this team is collectively as a defensive team, how they crash the glass, not just how they crash the glass, how Jaden McDaniels is on the perimeter as a perimeter defender. His ability to cut off angles. First of all, I didn't realize he was 6'9". I didn't know he was that big.
I didn't realize that neither. I thought he was taller than that.
I thought he was like 6'6". I didn't know he was 6'9". So I'm watching him against Jason Tatum. I'm not underrating it. I'm recognizing how smart he is as a defender, how he cuts off angles, how he guesses. That's watching tape. That's watching guys and doing your homework on guys and seeing what guys do, seeing what guys' tendencies are. A lot of people talk about Jason Tatum living behind the long ball line. Well, the reason why he was doing that against Jaden McDaniels because he couldn't get past him. That's why, because he couldn't get past him.
Same thing that's what happened to his ass.
So whenever you saw him get downhill, that was just because of a breakdown of the defense. It wasn't because when Jaden McDaniels was standing in front of him one-on-one, it was a breakdown of that defense. So I think I think that at the end of this season, I think we're going to have a conversation about Jaden McDaniels being the best perimeter defender in the game. And anybody who knows me knows I'm a Herb Jones stan. I love Herb Jones. Right.
And why you on Herb Jones? I think the Pelicans. The Minnesota Timberwolves have basically kind of overlapped the Pelicans. And one of the reasons because the Pelicans just can't get right in terms of injuries. Now, you talked about KAT basically being C-Web. When the lights get bright, he going to slow down. I think, bro, KAT, they need him more importantly for going down the stretches in the season because at the end of the day, defense can only get you so far, son.
That's what we got. That's what we got Ant for. He's going to close games.
Ant could definitely close games in different ways, but they still need KAT to be something. They need him to be something. Now to go on another team I want to talk to you about before I leave, and I know you don't believe in them. And Bobby, one of my favorite damn shorts was in the seat right after the semifinals was over. He said, and I quote, he said, James Harden is a bum, Joel Embiid is a bum, Doc Rivers is a bum. If I'm the 76ers, I'm getting rid of all 3 of them stooges. But they left one. Yes, Bobby.
They did.
But the thing is, that Stooge is getting a little bit better and out of these double teams. He's getting a little bit better at his decision making.
You know what else he doing? Wait. Out of the double teams, where Leaf?
I said a little bit. But
wait. But out of the double teams, where though? When he gets double, where is he getting doubled at?
In the post.
Oh, one more time for they didn't hear you in the back. They didn't hear you
in the post.
Now we're talking where he's the most effective.
So I'm seeing him make better decisions out of the post, and I'm seeing him trust the team a little bit more. When you got guys like Kelly Oubre, who one of my favorite players, he got one of my favorite nicknames. His nickname is Tsunami Swag, by the way, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, his nickname is fire. Right. But you got Maxey, who me and you agreed the ball need to be in his hands. When the ball get in his hands and they start running with Melton and all of them, they off to the races and they creating off of turnovers and misses. Yeah. And now you got Joel getting the ball out faster. Right. And I think it's a testament to Nick Nurse, just getting those guys, man, to believe in something a lot differently. Because a year ago, if Joel got that rebound, he flailing up the court, trying to dribble, trying to do some crazy euro that he ain't got no business doing. So now the decision making is getting better. Now I know you don't believe in Philly just yet. Tonight is a test. They got Boston tonight, and you know I piss on everything Boston stand for, bro. Like, who
is Tsunami Poppy?
I call him Tsunami Swag. Tsunami Swag. Who is that? Tsunami Swag. That's Kelly Oubre nickname. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that nickname is fire. But
that's dope.
They got a test tonight against Boston, and I need to know what you think about the matchup between him and Porzingis. Do you think he gonna try to match Porzingis with the threes and everything? And
didn't we just talk about that, Big Ox? Then I said
we did. We touched that.
I said that exact. What you just said, I said that exact. Not only did I say that exact same thing, I shouldn't be excited about this game as I am, and the reason why I shouldn't be excited as I am about this game, they own Philly. They own Philly. That's why
I agree with you.
So I shouldn't really.
But it's a little bit different now that Nick Nurse is at the helm, and it's a little bit different now that the Sixers are playing with more together and more cohesive together as a unit. You know what I'm saying? You know, the reason why he looks better
passing out of the double team is because where he's passing. So when I'm on the box, when the double team is coming, whether it's from the weak side, when he open pivots closer to the basket, now there's more space the guys got to cover. If he's on the wing like he was last year against Brooklyn, where he's just standing out there, everybody else standing out there. So we ain't really got to do nothing. If he's on the box, here comes the double. You dive to the basket. You swinging overhead. Now there's more space that these guys have to cover. So the offense looks a lot different when he doing that, as opposed to when he at the 3-point line on the left wing and here come the double. Well, everybody else is standing here. Nobody's diving to the basket. Nobody's cutting it in the mid post. Everybody just standing around watching. That's why I look different.
And that's my point exactly. Now when you on that post and then you waiting for that, now you got Kelly Oubre. Now you got Tobias Harris looking to ignite with their matchup, with their mismatches. They both like 6'8" and taller, and they could at their positions they could exploit mismatches together. And another thing, I think we should play Amani Brooks more a little bit because the coach wanted us to take a lot more threes, and Amani Brooks is head and shoulders the best spot up shooter on this team. And another guy that I'm looking at to sign now that Claxton is out, Kai Jones, because he plays with a lot of energy and he plays above the rim as well, man. Like, and I know what you said about him earlier. You only think he want to play basketball.
I just don't know how serious he is. That's all.
The thing is,
it's not his game. I want to make sure that we clear on his game because he's a super freak athlete. He looks like he can score. I just don't know how serious he is. That's where I'm at with him.
The thing is, he wanted out because they giving your man Mark Williams and Nick Robbins most of the minutes. So the thing is, he don't really fit into what they really trying to do. So that's one of the reasons why he wanted out. Now, I think for us, I think he could provide a lot of energy, bro, like that, because we short, bro. We got Dorian Finney-Smith playing a 5.
Leaf, y'all gonna kill him. Y'all got a dude in the post with pink hair. Y'all gonna kill him.
Look, we gotta look.
I'm just saying, Leaf. But Leaf, we gotta go, brother. It's good to talk to you, Leaf. I know we could do this all day, but Leaf, we gotta bounce, brother. We got a lot of people in the lobby, and we got a lot of
get on them Celtics. Don't go live, man, because I'm gonna get you.
All right, Leaf.
All right,
Bob.
One thing I will say, man, Leaf, we love our light skinned brothers. So, Leaf, next time, please refrain from calling Jason Tatum. What was it? A sorry ass yellow nigga. Please.
Please. Can we refrain from the language? We appreciate that. You know, the suits have made it clear that we got to dumb that down. Please, thank you.
Oh man. But let's wrap up this scoring list real quick. Let me see, where are we?
We at number 5.
We are at number 5.
Yep.
Just a quick recap, y'all. As of now, for Chill's top 10 scorers in today's game, we got number 10 D Book, number 9 Dang Dollar, number 8 LeBron James, 7 Donovan Mitchell, and 6 Joker. Where are we at 5?
At number 5, I got Joel Embiid. I got the league leading scorer who averaged 30 a game last year. Last time a dude did that was Shaq, and he was second in the league in scoring 2 years previous to that. So I got Joel Embiid at 5. At number 4, I got KD. KD's still a bucket getter. KD is a master in the mid-range. He can still stop and pop with the best of them. At number 3, I got Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is averaging 30 a game in back-to-back seasons. He's just getting better and better as time goes on. At number 2, I got Steph Curry, and he's the only dude on that crew that's averaging over 20 a game, can still score with the best of them, still at age 35 years old. He's incredible. And at number 1, I got Luka. He's at the top of the list. Luka is impossible to deal with. There's not really much that you can do with him, so good luck.
Right. That's crazy. That's crazy, Chilltown, because when you said Steph at 2, I'm like, wait, who's number 1? I forgot about Luka for a second. You said Luka, I was like, oh, obviously. You know,
yes, sir.
But I was crazy for a second. I almost forgot about the guy.
Yep.
So there you have it. That's the top 5. At 5, we got Joel. 4, KD. 3, JT. At 2, we got, of course, Chef Curry. And number 1, Luka Doncic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Chat, man, y'all get in the chat. Y'all let us know if is this a W top 10 or is this an L top 10? Let me know what you would change, what you would move around, if anything.
Yeah.
I noticed you know, now there's some people on the panel and just around that'll be really upset that Cam Thomas is not on this list. And I know you said earlier. I understand why he's not on the list. You know, could get fluke beginnings early. Yep. But I think people are starting to get behind Cam Thomas as being, I've heard, the best scorer in the NBA.
That's nuts right there to say he's the best scorer in the NBA after 7 games. I mean, I'm not discounting what Cam Thomas is doing, but to say he's the best scorer, number one, when you are on lists like this, like you have to have done it for a little while. Like it can't just be what you did and right. It can't just be what you did and then that's just the end of it. Like today, I mean, what you did in the past matters, especially if you're still doing it right now. So I'm having a difficult time with Cam Thomas right now. Like he ain't ahead of Giannis. Right, he ain't ahead of Jason Tatum. He ain't ahead of KD. He ain't ahead of Embiid. He ain't ahead of Luka. He's not ahead of Donovan Mitchell. He ain't ahead of none of them dudes. None of them.
I do see that you don't have Giannis on this list.
I got him right outside the top 10. Literally right outside. I wasn't sure between him and D Book, and I know that Giannis is a freight train. I just feel like with Devin Booker, his ability to score in different ways, even when like he doesn't have this going, he can get this going. And when he doesn't have his mid-range going, he could get downhill and he can shoot the long ball and he's good in transit. Like those are the things that I think about when I think about a scorer, and he's good at the strike. So that's what I'm thinking about when I think about Giannis and I think about D Book. I got him right outside the top 10 at 11.
Okay. I saw some people saying that they have Book over Mitchell.
I don't. No, I do not have Devin Booker over Mitchell. And I don't think it's a wash neither. I got these two. I got them. I don't have them that far off. These two dudes are definitely right next to each other. I do think Anthony Edwards is about to pass both of them, though, in terms of being in terms of the 2 guard. I think he's about to pass both of them.
Interesting.
Right there.
Yep.
What's good? What's good? Shout out to Luka Love, #1. Chill, respect for there. Luka definitely deserves it, especially if he keeps up with this efficiency. And Steph Curry, #2. I'm all with it. I would say overall it's a pretty good list. My only thing for it is that Kevin Durant, I think, is too high based off this season. From what I've been seeing from Kevin Durant, I don't think he's as versatile as a scorer as he has been in the past. Obviously, a lot of times what Kevin Durant does is he pulls up and just shoots over you, and he can do it, but he hasn't been as good at it this year. He hasn't been as efficient as this year compared to the past. I mean, he's still a top scorer. I think you could argue that there's still people that currently are better scorers than him, like Nikola Jokic. I mean, Nikola Jokic is one of the most efficient scorers in the NBA. Yeah. He can score from all three levels. When he's in the paint, it's automatic. He just throws that up there and goes right into the bucket. And I would say Devin Booker should be higher. At the very least, if you want to say Mitchell's better, he should be right next to Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion.
So move James from 8 to 10 and put Book from 10, put him at 8 right next to Donovan Mitchell. I could get with that, sure. I see that. I'm just thinking about how James scores and the ways that he scores and the fact that he can still do it at the age that he's doing it. That's what I'm thinking about.
I do respect the age argument.
And on top of that, I mean, the fact that he's been a top 2 scorer in the game for almost a decade. I mean, it's pretty difficult to say. It's pretty difficult to, when you talk about the best scorers in the game, to leave James out of like 1-2 in that area, because he's been doing it for such a long time, and it translates to the playoffs for such a long time. So
he definitely, I would say the difference between LeBron now is like sometimes he settles a little too much. I know people are kind of upset. He loves his step back threes. And all
that's because I'm old. You saw Dirk when Dirk was in year 18. Dirk couldn't get downhill like that no more.
Yeah,
you saw
that's
Dirk
true.
playing in the mid range. I'm old, man. I don't have what I used to have. I got to conserve energy.
But the fact that he's still doing what he's doing is very impressive. I guess overall, like I said, I like the list for the most part. I think it's a good list. I think Jason Tatum definitely deserves respect to be in that top 5, top 3 conversation, maybe. I got a question for you, Ox and Chill, though. When it comes down to it, how long do you think it'll take, for kind of the 2-part question, for the Warriors to be considered a true contender, considering what they've been doing so far, and for the Mavericks to be taken seriously as a legit playoff team? How long do you think it'll take for them? How long?
Well, the Golden State Warriors, I'm looking at them as, I still think they're a contender. I just think it's matchups more than anything. Like if they got to run into the Lakers in terms of size, if they got to run into Denver, I think they toast. But I think that they can match up with anybody else. The thing that I'm worried about with Dallas is Luka breaks down and y'all are Memphis. That's what I'm thinking about with Dallas, because he's responsible for so much of what you guys do. Kyrie Irving, which, by the way, I'm thinking about Kyrie Irving. This might be a less is more with Irv this season.
Yeah.
This may be a less is more with him. Same thing with Grant Williams. And this team turning into a better team defensively. Maybe that might be the mantra. But the fact that Luka is still responsible for so many other things offensively for these guys, I'm thinking to myself, like, if Luka ain't going, these dudes ain't going, and who's going to pick up the slack? That's what I'm thinking about.
I definitely see that. My thing is, obviously, you can never predict injuries. I'm not seeing, especially based off his game, Luka plays at a slow, steady pace. He doesn't overdo it and puts him in dangerous situations. I think Luka will be fine for the most part. And a lot of these other players, like Luka, has definitely taken a step back. Oh, Kyrie too. I'm glad you brought the Kyrie stuff up, because he's been more of a playmaker this year. He's wanting everybody else to get involved. And some of these players are getting involved. Even Luka taking a step back a little bit. Obviously, he's the offense. But Jaden Hardy has been doing, once he started getting minutes, I told you, Jaden Hardy was like that, bro. Like, he is a offensive playmaker. He can make plays for himself, and he's a legit scorer. Josh Green, Tim Hardaway Jr. has been playing great this season, even though, he was throwing up shots, but hey, man, they're going in. It
look a lot different with Hardaway when he's open. And the reason why he's open, because Irv is on one side and Luka's got the basketball. So it looks a lot, his shot selection looks a lot different as opposed to when You know, a lot of guys aren't open, and he's got to take a lot of contested shots. He hasn't had to take a lot of contested shots this season. That helps.
And their defense is getting better throughout the season because they've been playing like the zone style and kind of letting certain people shoot the ball. It's like y'all want to keep up with us because the Mavericks' philosophy is there's nobody in the NBA that could stop us from scoring. So y'all better hope you are making shots because if you're not, it's gonna look ugly, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the Mavericks' philosophy from what we've seen. And I'm glad you said the Warriors are contenders, but the Mavericks are barring, let's say Luka just stays healthy and he keeps up the pace, maybe not the efficiency. The efficiency is ridiculous right now.
Right.
But he keeps up what he's doing. Kyrie gets better. All the other players get better. And the defense gets better. What's to say that they can't make a legit playoff run?
I've seen Luka throw them on his back and take them to the Western Conference Championship. I've seen that happen before. So it's not ridiculous to think that it could happen again. So
Wait. What is the legit playoff run right there? Could you please be specific? Are you talking about a Western Conference Finals run right now?
I think.
All right, Dallas. I'm sorry.
Dallas. It's hard for me to say they'll definitively get past the Nuggets. They played the Nuggets, and there's some, hard things to deal when it comes to the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic just bullies the big man, so it's kind of hard. But let's say go to the Western Conference Final. That's what I'm going to say is a legit playoff run.
That's not good enough anymore, though, man. I mean, with Luka, we've seen that already, and they've upgraded the team. So we got to take that next step. I feel like with Dallas, that's why number one, the Western Conference is really tough. That's why I had them as a play-in team, because if from 4 to 8 is only separated by like 3 games. You could be hosting a playoff series today, and then come next Thursday, you could be fighting for your life to get in the playoffs. That could very well happen. That's not ridiculous to say that. But with Luka and this Dallas crew, we've already seen you get to the Western Conference Championship. Now you have better talent. You got a better big man. The cohesion looks like it's better with this group so far. I'm not going to say that it's going to be like that for the rest of it, but so far, the cohesion with this group looks like it's gotten better. So if that's true, coming into the playoffs, if you're a 5 seed, I shouldn't expect anything less than the Western Conference. That's not the ceiling for them.
Can we agree that was a different West?
Was it a different West though, Big Ox?
It wasn't. It was not a healthy West. And there were some guys that are in the West now that were back east.
Right. So KD was in the East at that point, but KD wasn't what he was 3 years ago or 2 years ago, right? Irv was in the East, and Irv is on his crew. Mm-hmm. Who else is over here? Who else is in the West now?
I just don't think that the West was as stacked as it is now. Mm-hmm. With the health wise, Dame's gone, but he was with Portland anyway.
Right.
I think the Timberwolves got better. I think the Nuggets are better. I think the Clippers are better. Not sure about if the Lakers are better or if they're about the same. No, they're definitely better. The Lakers are better. The Warriors are back. I don't know.
It's definitely gonna be.
This is rough.
It's gonna be a tough going, and the Mavericks roster at the end of the day is still not as good as Steph's roster, Jason Tatum's roster, Giannis's roster, Jokic's roster. And the biggest deficiency at the end of the day still will be for the Mavericks, and it's different for the Warriors where they can kind of get away with playing small ball. Mm-hmm. The Mavericks can't. Like Derek Lively is the interior defense, but he's still a rookie. He still makes mistakes. And when we put in Dwight Powell, he kind of gets eaten alive by these big men out there. So it's still going to be hard for the Nuggets. I will say I did watch the Mavericks Nuggets game. The Mavericks did play lazy, but it's not like they got dominated from what I've seen. And I think that maybe make a move, get another big man. I think that could help a lot. Kleber getting healthy again, that could help a lot. But, I just want to show some love to the Mavericks and Warriors. Yeah. I know y'all had a Warrior segment on the panel. I don't even know if y'all talked about the Warriors. I'm going to be honest.
We talked about them today. Yeah, we did.
Talked a little bit about them.
We talked about them at the end of this, like the last half hour of the show. We talked about them.
Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Hey, yes, we did.
Warriors Nuggets can say a lot though. Today, Warriors Nuggets can say a lot, but Draymond Green's not playing, so that's gonna be for them. So that's all I got.
All right, brother. Good to talk to you.
Appreciate it, right there. Catch you next time, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm not sold on the Mavs.
Me neither.
I know they started out hot, but I
right.
don't see it.
I'm just saying from the aspect of I'm saying from the standpoint that I seen Luka take a team to the West Finals. That's all I'm saying. I seen him do that. So the way that they started this season, they look like they could do something like that again. However, I know how tough the Western Conference is, and I know how and I know how it could go from this to that. How quick it can go from this to that. Big Ox, you could be the number 3 seed, and then in a week you fighting for your playoff life. That's simple. So I mean, I'm not all the way in on Dallas. I still think that they're a play-in team, but we'll see.
Okay, let's see. Context. What's
up? What up?
Yo, what's going on, my
what
guys?
Up?
Salute,
what
fellas. So just for the list, the only thing I think it was a dope list too. I'm a little bit shaky with the LeBron thing. I understand the perspective, but I just want to give some more love to Ant. I think Ant should be in the top 10. Like you said, Chill, he's going to be by the end, and I'm a double down. You guys already know where I stand with Ant. With Ant, when it comes to Ant, I think Anthony Edwards is going to be the best 2 guard at the end of the year, and I think by the end of his career, he will be the 4th best shooting guard of all time. The 4th best shooting guard of all time.
So he's a top 5 shooting guard at the end of his career.
At the end of his career, easily.
At the end of his career, he'll top 5
easily
shooting
though.
Yes, like it's not going to be a question.
He's going to clear Iverson. He's going to clear Clyde. He's going to clear James Harden. I promise.
Reggie Miller, guys like that.
Yes, but because Chill, the same things that you're seeing with Tatum, we're seeing with Ant. And they're picking it up. That's the thing about it. They're picking up.
What are we? What?
Can you handle it?
I'm standing on my square. Hold on,
can you handle it right now, Big Ox? Because Big Ox can't handle it.
I'm trying not to say nothing.
What's happening?
I'm trying not to say nothing. I can't. It's no.
There's no way you can walk right now. Chill out, Ox. No. This is not the game of 21. Me and Ox are playing right now. You heard? 3 dribble ones. Watch out. So Ox, I mean, chill, my bad. I will give you this. I agree with the Tatum thing, and shout out to Sam Cassell because he is posting up more. He emphasized 3-level scoring. We're seeing the dribble drive way more. We're seeing confident drives, strong finishes. So salute to Tatum to stepping up. But that boy Ant, that dark-skinned brother in Minnesota, he's coming for that title. It's the same thing. He's getting to that bank shot. He's getting to the midi. He's finishing easily. And the worst thing about it is that, in my opinion, the reason why I got to give it to Ant a little bit right now is because the spacing is still a little bit bad for that team. I know you see it too. I know that you know that he has to do certain things to maneuver around, having to play around Gobert, and the spacing. KAT has been up and down as far as the shooting and the spacing. And I think Jason Tatum has a clear pathway with Porzingis providing spacing, Horford providing spacing. So it's easy for him to facilitate the post-ups, all of these things. I do have a question for you, though. How did you feel about Jaylen Brown taking that last shot and waving Jason Tatum off?
I don't mind the waving Jason Tatum off. He could have got something better than that. That was a 2 dribble. That was a 2 dribble pull up right at the top of the key, right in the mid range. That was because he had plenty of space. He did not have to get behind the long ball line. Plenty of space. I don't mind him. I don't mind him waving Jason Tatum off. That I don't mind. And the reason why I don't mind that is because Tatum waves him off, and not in a disrespectful way. More than like, yo, I got it. Especially if if you got it rolling, okay, handle that.
Right.
I just thought he could have got something better than what he got to end the game. He could have got something better than that.
Agreed. I think that's where, and I hope the contract thing, and I think Jaylen Brown has the wherewithal and the awareness to know, like, when to defer back to Tatum and things like that. Like you said, it's learning curves and allows them to put him in different positions. I think the playoffs, that last situation, I think it put a bad taste in his mouth. So I think he wants to exercise the demons earlier than later. So I definitely agree with you with that. I just hope the contract and him getting paid, I hope that doesn't play a part into feeling the urge to having to close and compete with Tatum with closing, take it, because that could play in his psyche, you know what I mean? Temporarily, you know what I mean? But hopefully I think he might have the wherewithal and the understanding that, it's Jason Tatum team, let him do his thing, blah, blah, blah. Whenever we need you, we'll call you. But other than that, another thing I want to point out too, Chill, real quick before I get up out of here. Shea, I feel like he should be in the top 10 still. I know it's been a little bit up and down with OKC. I'm still high on OKC, and I just want to see, how do you feel about Jalen Williams and their progression? How do you feel about OKC? Do you still feel the same that they're going to be a playoff team? And how do you feel about Orlando as a playoff team? Potentially.
Oklahoma City, I'm 10 toes down on them being a playoff team, barring any major injuries. Yeah, I'm 10 toes down on them as a playoff team. I'm still on record. I don't have Shea ahead of Donovan Mitchell. I do not. I don't have him ahead of Donovan Mitchell. I do think that Donovan Mitchell has shown in the past more, that he's done more, and he's still playing like that. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, I feel like he's entering his prime right now. I don't feel like he's in. I feel like he's entering his prime right now.
How do you feel about his shot selection? I don't want to cut you off, but how do you feel about his shot selection? And I think that's where the key is between those two guys, Garland and Donovan Mitchell, where they take their shots. Time,
well, I was just talking to Ox about this. His pull-up three off the dribble has gotten so much better. And he's playing he's playing his in-between game. And he could just get by anybody with the basketball. He can definitely get by anybody. But the thing that I'm most impressed with, and I'm disappointed in, right? And I'm disappointed in my man Evan Mobley. I'm impressed with Garland.
Mobley, chill. I'm gonna punch the TV every time I see him play.
I'm impressed with Garland, and I'm impressed with Donovan Mitchell's ability to pass. I watched Darius Garland a couple of nights ago when they played against Indiana, and he has 6 turnovers. 3 of them were because Evan Mobley dropped the ball out of bounds. I'm like, big fella, catch the basketball. Catch the basketball, big fella. What are you doing? So I'm watching Donovan Mitchell offensively, and defensively. What I don't do is I don't harp on him defensively as much as I should, because he's actually a really good defender. He came into the league as that. He became a scorer. He was a defender at Louisville. He came into the league as a scorer. But as far as Oklahoma City, I'm not sure that this crew is going to be together as long as you think. And the reason why is because guys like Shea, you see the improvement of Shea, you see what Chet has become. The timeline has gotten moved up. So what happens now is we might have to put a couple of these dudes together and get another star in here. That's what might happen. We might have to put Jalen Williams and Lou Dort together and a couple of ones and get another star in here so we can accelerate this thing.
Let's see what we can do.
Hey, Tex, before I let you go, Tex, we do got to run real quick before I let you go, Tex. Chilltown, who are the top 5 shooting guards all time?
Jordan, Bryant, Wade, Drex, Reggie Miller.
Okay. All right, Tex. Appreciate you for pulling up, brother.
And Reggie Miller, you're out of here, buddy. You're out of here. Salute, fellas. It's always a pleasure.
Be easy.
You're gonna chop it up. Yo, chill. It's always a pleasure. You already know.
Yes, sir.
Like beat, yes, sir. Like
yes, sir.
I almost lost me there for a second, Chilltown. I got it together.
I saw my boy Big Ox. He was like, "What's happening right now? What are we doing? Am I in the Matrix? What's going on? What is going on? What's happening?"
Because I mean, when you make a statement like that, that means to me, because the top 5 shooting guard list is being the gatekeeper to that is Clyde Drexler.
Okay, Drex. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So and now if you want to put a guy in the top 5 shooting guard list, I need him to be Clyde. And with all due respect to Anthony Edwards, he's not Clyde. Not Chet. Not Chet.
Not yet.
Not Chet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not Chet. Let me see. Did we? No. Okay, we're all good. Let me see. I know Adrian needed to get up here. I know he had something to say. Adrian, what's up?
Yo, what's up, man? What's up?
What up?
I just got 3 quick things, man. I just want to hit you guys up on. Aox, man. I don't know what it is with you guys whenever you play the Warriors, man. I don't know what happens to you guys, bro. Can you get at least one game? Just
I mean, what happens when we play against the Warriors is we play great basketball and lose.
Just every single time I watch the TV and I put the game on, it's just like the Kings lose, man. And now Fox is out. It's like it's crazy. It's like an Aaron Rodgers kind of thing. It's turning into, man. It's not good, man. And the way that this West is moving, like, hopefully,
trust me, Adrian. It hurts me more than it hurts you.
Like, this is I was saying this in the chat. I need you guys to have Keegan Murray to hit that leap, man. I feel like that's what you guys were relying on in the offseason. I think you guys are relying on Keegan Murray to take some kind of leap.
In year two? Adrian?
Not a big leap, but just be able to handle.
What kind of leap we talking about here? What kind of leap we talking about here? What was he, 17 a game last year, something like that? 16 a game?
No, I think he averaged 14 last year.
Well, yeah. So I thought it was like 16.
Around 70.
So he averaged 14 a game last year. All right. So what kind of leap are we talking about? Because there's a difference between a step and a leap. A leap from 14 is to 20. Is that what you're asking?
Right. Not in year two. I'd say be able to be a more consistent shot creator from year one to year two. Can you get that consistency up? I think that's the big thing for me with Keegan Murray, because I feel like he's got the fundamentals to be a really, really productive player. Yeah. And I think for this, whilst Fox is out, he's got that chance to be that number one option in terms of the offensive end. So it'll be really interesting to see how he handles that. And I don't know if you guys have been watching this Rookie of the Year race, man. This is my second point, but I think we're in for a great Rookie of the Year situation. Right now, I actually have Chet as my Rookie of the Year, but I think that's going to change. Just because I think he's been playing the best overall out of all the rookies. I think Victor's had the highest highs out of all the guys. But I think Chet's been more consistent. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Just from what I've seen, especially these last these 3-4 games I've seen. I think he had a rough start. But these last 3-4 games I've been watching of Chet, I've been really impressed with him, man. He seems to have a lot of really strong fundamentals to his game. I really like what I've been seeing out of him. And Derek Lively has been surprising me a lot, man. I know you guys were talking about the Mavs, but he is a player who surprised me a lot. I didn't realize he'd be this good.
Well, it really ain't that hard when all you got to do is just get to the rim. That's all
literally like. Now, don't get me wrong; he's got a good supporting cast around him, but he's got a really good playmaking. He's got good court vision as well. He's a lot more athletic than I thought he would be. Like I knew he was athletic, but I didn't realize he was this athletic, right?
Hey, Ox, Cottage 81, get him up out of here, yo.
Yeah, y'all just got to see.
Yeah. Get him up.
Come on, yo.
I got you.
Yeah, get him up out of here. Anyway, as you were saying.
But
yeah, man, I think I like the what's his name? Omax, is that his name? The other guy they drafted.
Go take a nap, brother.
You mean Kaysen?
Yeah.
In Dallas, yeah, Kaysen.
Yeah. So I think when it comes to Dallas and how well they're gonna have to do in the long term, it's gonna come down to those young players, Jaden Hardy, Derek Lively, and those guys, man, because they offer something that the Dallas Mavericks haven't had in years, right? That defensive upside, someone who could back up Luka. They've had people to back up Luka before, like Brunson, but Hardy provides you with similar aspects to what Brunson does, but he's nowhere near as consistent to the level that Brunson was, right? So it remains to be seen as to whether he can reach that level. And yeah, man, I just also wanted to have a quick PSA, right? This is the last PSA I'm gonna give, because the last time I did this with you, with Fluent, it worked. It actually led to something, right? Hey, Chicago, man, what are we doing, bro?
Oh boy!
If you guys don't want to play this team, just don't do a Reinsdorf situation. Just let this team tank, man. I know for a fact that people have talked about it. It sounds cute, but I know these owners and I know this GM. I have a feeling that it's gonna sit it out and not do anything with this team, and that's the worst possible thing you can do. Pick a direction, please. These guys, I guarantee you, these guys won't make any trades at all.
Either suck or try to win. Don't just stand there and get beat up. Don't do that.
Exactly, man. Like, just at least pick a direction, bro. I don't know what they're trying to do.
What are we doing,
bro? Okay, cool. If you're gonna make these moves, at least try to make it work. And then they don't even want to make a try and work. They're having player meetings in the last game. It's crazy. And look, man, just tank for 2 years. Get my boy Cooper Flag in there, and then we'll move from there.
All right, brother. Good to
Shout out
talk to you.
Cooper Flag. Shout out Cooper Flag. All right,
Shout
Adrian.
out Cooper Flag, man.
Good to talk to you, brother.
We got a couple minutes left. Nick, I'm gonna let you come up and speak your piece. What's up, Nick, man?
What's good, gentlemen?
What up?
Hey, real quick,
chilling.
Dallas got an interesting five that they could play with Kai, Luka, Josh Green, Grant Williams, and Lively. That's a real good mix of defense, scoring, shot-making ability. I think Dallas is a real interesting team to look at. I think Kai, we're gonna see Kai really start to turn up toward the end of March and April. I think that's their plan with him. Like, let Luka carry the load now, and let hopefully Kyrie gets into that rhythm toward the end of the season, and they could be a real dangerous team to watch. And definitely Maxi Kleber is definitely an underrated player for that team. I know it's not like the big time name, but y'all know who.
Underrated in what way? When you say underrated in what way?
He can knock down open shots. He can guard on the perimeter. He can guard big men. He definitely can hit open shots. That baseline three, if you leave him there, he's gonna knock that down more times than not.
I don't think he's underrated though. Like, people know that he's a shot maker.
Yeah,
everybody knows that Max Kleber is a shot maker. I don't think he's underrated.
His versatility defensively is huge. I feel like for them, and I think him and Luka play well together. I think Luka likes playing with him too.
Yeah. I like Maxi a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely good. But Chill, as far as your top 10 scoring, I definitely agree with the 10 players. I would definitely do a little bit of shuffling.
Yeah.
My only thing is, when I think of Spider Mitchell, you remember that Kobe quote when he said NBA needs to thank God that Allen Iverson wasn't 6'6"? NBA lucky Donovan Mitchell not 6'6", because if he was
6'4" or 6'4",
he's a problem already. If he was that height, watch out. That kid is a problem.
Yeah.
But I think Book is a better scorer for the simple fact that just for he's more versatile. He can go in the post and give you that. He can give you the business in the post. If his shot's not falling, if he has an undersized defender on him, he'll gladly just go into the post, hit you with that 10 to 12 foot turnaround J, and he can get back going there. But Book,
I've just seen it. I've just seen it. I've just seen it with Donovan Mitchell in the regular season and in the playoffs, and I've seen it in multiple years. And I care about stuff like that. I do.
Yeah, no, definitely, for sure. You're definitely on point there. Tatum. Remember that patience things. I'm seeing a little more patience in him now, so we're gonna have to start seeing what's up with Tatum. But
see my man in the post, and you see him in the mid range, he's looking tricky.
Work now.
Just so we clear. Yeah, he's having a career year in the mid range. Yeah, he's having a career year in the post and in the mid. I think he's shooting like 50+% in the mid range and in the post and in the mid post and in the post and in the mid post. He's shooting close to 50%. So I'm just saying, watch out.
Yeah, definitely. Y'all just heard the news on Jamal Murray.
Yeah, he out for a month.
He
out for a month.
And that's tough, man. That hamstring, y'all know too. That hamstring, them tricky.
Yeah, he out for a month.
You better drink a lot of water.
Hope he gets better soon. Well, you said a month, but man, get it together, Jamal. Hope we pulling for you, brother. But Nick,
I wanted to ask y'all one quick thing because I was having this on Sunday with my family. Better scorer all time, Dirk or Melo? Real quick.
Dirk.
That's tough, right, Ox?
That ain't hard for me.
It's a hell of a question. I'm gonna have to go with Dirk.
Yeah, I leaned a little Dirk too, but it's close to
Damn, that's crazy.
That's a tough one, right?
Hey Nick, please don't come up here asking questions like that no more.
I don't have a problem with it.
I have to let y'all in. Sometimes me and my family, we get into some crazy debates on Sundays.
Yeah,
for an hour
great
and a
question.
Half, we were debating that.
But that's a great question.
Fellas. No doubt.
All right, Nick, check you next time, bro.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir.
Man, if you are in the lobby, anybody, I know it's a couple of y'all still there. I tried to get to you all, but time is limited. Time is of the essence. Catch us on Saturday. We actually had another list today that we're supposed to get to. We'll make sure to get that in on Saturday. It is, what was it? Chill, top 10 defenders.
Top 10 defenders in the game today. Yep.
Yeah, we got a really good list for y'all for that one. So, yeah, I'm going to try to catch us on Saturday. It's going to be a great show. Y'all kick back, enjoy your night, watch some great hoops. Hey, it's basketball season. I'm juiced about it. I love basketball.
I think we got 10 games on the docket, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think we got 10, 11 games on the docket tonight. So I think that's dope. So make sure you call your mother, drink some water, put a suit on, don't drink and drive, man. And
Never
until then,
drive, y'all.
Yeah.
Real quick though, Showtime, we do got from Snowbird Sneakers, member for 6 months. Show, W host. Appreciate y'all boys. Big Ox and Chill and the PC team. We appreciate you too, Snowbird.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
Well, hey, we'll check y'all Saturday, man. Y'all make sure to pull up if you want to get on, if you want to jump in here. When you see that link, click it quick, because if you don't, I can't guarantee I can get you up here. We are on limited time, y'all. But appreciate y'all. Catch y'all next time.
Yeah, take it light, but take it. Yeah.